ahead and get started. We'll sit in a comfortable seat. So use whatever support you would like. Sometimes I like to sit on the end of a blanket to help lift my seat up. And you can sit with your legs extended or crossed in front of you, and just allow your shoulders to relax down the back. So you're feeling this nice, long, tall spine. And we'll take a moment and just allow the muscles of the body to begin to settle around the heaviness of the bones. And we'll bring the attention to the grounding that's supported by the earth underneath the sit bones. And as you feel that connection, imagine it's a way of holding the body up for you so the muscles can even relax just a little bit more. Allow yourself this moment just to observe all that arises. Whether that's sensation in the body that begins to talk to you, or maybe something energetically or emotionally. Remind yourself that whatever arises in this moment is exactly enough. Allow the breath to begin to travel deep into the base of the ribcage, and feel the breath expanding wide, side to side, as you open up just like an accordion. Breath begins to fill underneath the armpits, filling up the whole ribcage in its entirety. And on the exhale, it completely lets go and the body drifts back towards center, sort of like a traveling or a coming back home. You're just feeling the breath moving in and out. Noticing if in this moment of quiet, your mind begins to wander. And once again, just bring it back to the body. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Let's inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Maybe the gaze even turns up slightly. And then exhale, let the hands come down by the hips. The chin comes towards the chest, only as far as it feels good to the neck. Inhale, lift the gaze, lift the arms. Exhale, lower the hands, lower the gaze. And let's keep going just like that. Just realize my music stopped, and I know why. There we go. Now let's go 2 more times. Last one. And end with the hands down, chin to your chest. And give yourself a moment. And maybe you imagine your nose is like a pencil and you can just draw a couple circles here. It doesn't matter which direction you decide to go first. We'll go both directions. It could be a small circle. It could be a big circle with the gaze going up towards the sky. And next time your chin comes back to the chest, you'll begin to pause and hold it there for another breath. And we'll go the other direction, drawing once again with that pencil with the nose. Maybe even notice that it's not very circular, and that's okay too. Inhale. Exhale, chin to the chest and settle. Blink the eyes open and gently lift the head back up naturally. And then you're going to imagine pulling those knees closer together. So it's like you're trying to tighten your cross of your legs. So you're trying to squish them a little closer together, and you're going to sit up nice and tall. And then exhale, begin to fold over the legs. Bring the hands maybe to the ground or maybe to a block in front of you so you can begin just to lean a little forward. The chin softens towards the chest, shoulders slide away from the ears, and take a few deep breaths into the area you feel the most sensation. Try to soften deep into the belly space, relax any tension in the pelvis, even down into the pelvic floor. In this moment, we're going to enter in the practice Sankhalpa. Sankhalpa is a way we set intentions. It's a call to action. It's allowing us to determine our heartfelt vow. So perhaps you ask yourself a moment, what do I hope to get out of this practice or of this day? How do I want to show up for this hour or for this year? Notice what might be a distraction to you. What might be a barrier, get in your way from this vow. And I invite you to hold on to this intention, this call to action, and allow it to guide you through your practice, bringing your mind back to it anytime it begins to wander. Okay, one more breath here, you got it. We'll nice and slowly begin to sit back up. And we'll inhale, reach the arms high overhead. And exhale, bring the hands to the heart. And we're going to switch the cross of the legs. So your choice, however you feel best to do that. You can bring your hands down or keep them at your heart. And as you switch across your legs, you're going to once again try to squeeze those knees a little closer together. So you're trying to close the gap between the legs. And you'll sit up nice and tall. We're going to do a little twist this time. So as you inhale, reach the arms high overhead. And then exhale, twist to the right. Bring your right hand behind you, the left onto the right thigh. Sit nice and tall with a big inhale. And exhale, twist. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, back to center, unwind, arms up. And exhale, twist to the left, going straight to the other side, left hand behind you. The right onto the thigh. Softening the shoulders, sitting up tall. Nice and gentle as we're just beginning to open the body. One more breath here. And we'll inhale, unwind, lift those arms high. And again, exhale, fold over the legs here, bringing it into your chest and soften. You may notice already a difference on this side compared to the last. And allow yourself to rest easy, knowing that all the imbalances in life are just part of the process. And every which way you show up today is exactly enough. As you feel a connection to the ground, remember that's providing you the support you need to stand true to your word, to your vow. When we are able to enter into a moment, a goal, or day with a present awareness, we allow ourselves to find the ability to calm, to move with grace, move with ease. to connect more fully with everything that's within us and how to express it and share it with those around us. So a couple more breaths here. You got it. Keep softening the thighs and the hips. Relax any gripping in the pelvic floor. We're going to inhale, begin to slowly lift back up. Reach those arms all the way overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a deep breath in the nose. HA, sound it out through the mouth. We're going to come into hands and knees or tabletop. So move as mindfully as you can to unwind those legs and roll onto the hands and knees. Remember, if you'd like to use a padding, a blanket serves nice for that underneath the knees or the shins. You're going to let a hand rest underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and feel length from the tail to the head. Begin to take some natural movement. So whatever that might look like to your body, maybe it's a cat and cow because we're taught that that's what we do in the position, but maybe it's a different movement. Maybe it's rolling side to side or creating a circular motion. Maybe it is that cat and cow because we know how juicy that feels as you open the chest and lift the tail around the spine, pulling the chin to the chest. Whatever you're doing right now in this moment is an expression of the self, of the body. And allow it to be that expression fully and mindfully. And if you're doing an asymmetrical motion, so let's say you went around in circles, perhaps you want to balance it out and go the other way. Or maybe you want to try a different movement. Everyone, I love it. Getting creative, some circulars, maybe some figure eights. All right. And we'll take about 2 more breaths and we'll make our way back to a neutral tabletop. So take your time doing that however feels best. So as you press down through the hands, make sure you're really pressing down through that webbing between the index finger and the thumbs. You're not just dumping into the base of the palm. You're really trying to seal the whole palm down. And let's step the knees slightly closer together. And for a moment, feel the thighs squeezing towards one another, the belly pulling in and pressing the ground away. From here, we're going to open the left knee out to the left. So it's coming up in line with the hip, but your knee is still staying bent, just like it was. And then exhale, bring that knee gently back down to the right knee, maybe it taps. And then we'll inhale, open it up to the left again, and notice what's happening in the right hip. Is it hanging all the way to the right? Can you pull it back in over the right knee? Hold it here, take an inhale. And then exhale, let it tap again. 3 more times, this time really just moving with the breath. Inhale to open. Exhale to lower. 2 more. Last one. Nice job. Reach that left leg out all the way behind you. Now press through the heel. Pull the navel in. Make sure the belly's not sagging towards the floor, but you have this nice strong back reaching up towards the sky so your spine is long. Imagine the inner left thigh is helping spiral, lift that left leg. And from here, perhaps you want to walk the right hand forward, lift the right hand up off the ground. So there are options. You can keep the hand kind of down. Maybe you just play with your balance, floating the fingers up and down. Maybe you're reaching nice and long, hugging that right hip in over the right knee, and imagining the whole back once again reaches up towards the ceiling. Take 1 more breath here. Exhale, we'll lower the hand, lower the knee back down. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the tail, cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, cat, chin to chest. Inhale, neutral spine. And we're going to go to the right side. So once again, feel those legs squeezing towards one another, belly pulling in. And then from there, inhale, open that right knee out to the right. Yep. up nice and slowly. Exhale, bring it back to the left knee. Now inhale, open out to the right, hug that left hip over the left knee. So you're really reaching out and opening that right hip. Keep pressing down through the hands. Take a breath in. And then exhale, knee to knee. And then 3 more times, moving with the breath. Inhale to open and exhale to close. 2 more. Finding a little ease in the neck and the jaw. Last one. And once the knee comes back down, reach the leg all the way out behind you, straightening the knee now, pressing through the heel, lift up through the inner right thigh, pull the navel towards the spine, and perhaps you begin to walk the left hand forward. Maybe it even lifts off the ground, palm faces midline. So you got balancing table here, trying to really work on that balance by staying strong in the midline of the body. And as much effort as you're putting in, where can you find a little bit of ease? Take another breath and lower it down. Take the knees now nice and wide, maybe a little wider than the hips, maybe even wide as the mat. Big toes come together, sit the seat to the heels. Let the head come down to the ground for child's pose, arms stretch out. It might feel nice to give the wrist a break by letting the palms face up, trying to pull the thumbs towards the outside edges of the mat. Just spiraling the hands open. Maybe you want to take a few rolls of the wrist or pump the hands like you're squeezing a stress ball. Feel the hips heavy here. The belly sinks between the thighs. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Let's flip the palms back over. We're going to inhale, lift the head up off the mat, and walk the hands all the way over to right. They might even come off the right edge of the mat. Left hand on top of right. Let the left hip heavy towards left heel. Side body stretch. Big inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. Let it go. Inhale, walk the hands back down center. And exhale on over to the left. Right hand on top of left. Right hip heavy as the body stretches long. Breathe into the rib cage. Imagine an opening space here for the heart. One more inhale. And exhale. We'll inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale here. And inhale, begin to lift up into tabletop pose. Once again, hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, big long spine. Take another cow, inhale. Cat, exhale. Inhale, back to center. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, lift the hips, up and back, downward dog. Press through the legs, maybe pedal through those feet, opening up here. Hips high, still spreading wide through those fingers. Feeling the breath move through the base of the rib cage. 2 more breaths, inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale, lift the gaze towards the hands, bend the knees a lot as you look forward and begin to step or walk your way up to the top of the mat. Hands come to the shins, head and heart forward, half lift. Feel the thighs press back as the heart stretches towards the front of the room. The balance is weighted between the 4 corners of the feet. Take a deep breath in. Bend the knees, exhale, fold over the legs. Head is heavy as the arms just descend towards the floor. Maybe you hold on to opposite arms for a ragdoll. Shake it out here. We go side to side. Say yes or no with the head and neck. Couple breaths, letting the whole body relax, letting gravity do its thing, providing this gentle traction on the spine and the neck.
Imagine that your stress can just wash on out of you like a little gentle waterfall cascading down the back. Inhale. Exhale. All right, we'll release the hands down. Nice bend in the knees, tuck the tail. So your shoulders kind of roll forward, pull the chin towards your chest. You're gonna exhale, pull the navel in, and then begin to lift up one vertebra at a time. So you roll the spine up to standing. Opening up the back body here, nice and slow. And eventually the shoulders begin to lift up, back and down. Chin comes parallel to the floor and palms face forward, Tadasana. Mountain pose, the template for all other standing poses. Feel the four corners of the feet press down into the ground, and imagine the four corners pulling in towards the middle of the foot, beginning to activate through those arches. Wiggle the toes a little. Take an inhale. And exhale. Inhale, let's reach the arms high overhead. And then exhale, fold in half, lead with the heart, let the arms come out by the sides as they lower down to the ground for a swan dive. Inhale, lift up halfway, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Now we're gonna reverse that motion and we're gonna lift up in a strong line, flat back, inhale, core pulls in, arms lift overhead. Exhale, hands to heart, one more half sun salutation. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, step back. Oh, just kidding, fold. I said half. Head is heavy. Oh, inhale, stand up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. We talk about our habits, how we become so ingrained in moving one step to the next. Begin to shake it up a little through our yoga practice, through our day, and allow ourselves to find the meaning in letting go. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, inhale, arms high. Now we'll move to our sun salutation A. Exhale, fold at the hips, lead with the heart. Half lift, inhale. All right, this time, step back to your plank pose. Remember, your knees can come down to the mat for a modified version, but keep your hips in front of the knees. Press back through the heels, head and heart forward. Belly pulls in and press the ground away like you might fall through the floor if you don't. Belly towards spine. Let's take one more breath here. Now on your exhale, hug the elbows towards the waist. We'll all lower down to the ground, down to the belly. Point the toes back, press the top of the feet firmly into the ground, kneecaps lift. Pull that belly in. Exhale completely. Inhale, peel the chest off the mat, cobra, bhujangasana, sliding the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, lower. 2 more times. As you inhale, lift the heart. Maybe you lift the up just a little bit higher. And exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, listening into that low back, tailbone reaching towards the heels. And exhale, lower. Tuck the toes, whether those knees are lifted or lowered. Pull that navel in. Exhale, press up, plank pose. Take an inhale. And exhale, lift those hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lift the gaze towards the hands, bend the knees, begin to make your way to the top of the mat. Lift up halfway, weight shifts to the balls of the feet, thighs, press back. Exhale, fold. Stand up, reach up, big inhale. Exhale, hands to heart, samastiti, equal balance. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold, lead with the heart. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank pose. Stepping back this time, feeling that strength in your plank, press back to the heels, head and heart forward. Take a big inhale. This time, let's exhale, lower to the belly. Now, keeping those knees up or down, you're gonna inhale here. Exhale, press yourself back up to plank. Take an inhale. Exhale to the belly. We're gonna do that 2 more times. Exhale, lift up to plank. And lower to the belly. Last one. Exhale. Inhale, lower. Point the toes back, press the top of the feet into the ground, hug the shoulders down the back. Inhale, lift the heart, cobra. Perhaps this time for upward facing dog, begin to straighten those elbows. Pressing into the top of the feet, lift the thighs. This is only an option. Cobra is perfect here, keeping the elbows bent. One more breath. We'll all begin to make our way back to our downward facing dog. So in the upward dog, you'll roll over those feet, lift the hips. In cobra, lower back down, gently, strongly, press yourself to your plank, and then lift the hips up and back. We'll take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Inhale, lift the gaze towards the hands, and begin to make your way to the top of the mat. Lift halfway once you're there. Exhale, fold. Stand up, reach up, big inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Last full round of sun A. Inhale, half lift. And exhale to your plank. This time you're gonna move through your vinyasa of your choice. So if chaturanga, half lower, is in your practice, feel free to move there, nice and strong. Maybe lower to the belly for your cobra, or maybe you lift to an upward dog. And you'll nice and gently, slowly begin to make your way back to your downward dog. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. One more inhale. And exhale. Lift the gaze to the top of the mat, make your way there. Lift up halfway. Fold, exhale. Stand up, reach up, big inhale. Exhale, hands to heart, and give yourself a moment to observe the energy beginning to move through the body as we're creating some internal heat. The heart might be beating a little bit quicker. The breath might be a little faster. Allow yourself to shift your weight now into your left foot. As you press into that left heel, imagine you can lengthen up out of the left hip, like your rib cage can lift up off the hip. Begin to lift the right knee in line with the right hip. Stay active in that right foot, like you're pressing a gas pedal or through the heel. And we're gonna open the knee out to the right. Keep that right hip rolling forward. Inhale. And now exhale, bring that right knee back to center. Exhale. All right, 2 more times. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. 1 more inhale. Exhale. All right, this time as you open, hold it open. And then we'll take our tree pose, bring the foot to the left leg. So whatever feels good there, that might be the ankle, might be the shin, the calf, the thigh. Try to avoid the knee joint itself. Keep squeezing that right knee open, right hip rolls forward, press the hands into one another. Now keeping the hands pressing into one another, maybe you interlace all but the index. And from here, perhaps you begin to lift those fingers up towards the sky, straightening the arms overhead. The elbows might stay bent in order to keep the hands together, and that's okay. Let those low ribs soften in and down. Relax a little around the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. 1 more inhale. And exhale. We'll begin to lower the hands back to the heart. We're going to move nice and mindfully and slowly. Release the right foot, the knee is open to the right. Close the right knee back to center. Lower the right foot down. Now, in the moment of stillness, if you begin to notice that sensation, that might feel like a tingling, a vibration, or some heat through that left leg, you can invite in that knowing that that's the prana. That's your vital life force energy waiting here. If it's so much you need to wiggle it out, please do so now. And we'll move into the next side. So, or from your Tadasana, your mountain pose, we'll move to your right foot, hug that right hip and press down nice and strongly. Pull the navel in and begin to float that left knee up. Remember, stay active in that left foot. Imagine hugging both thighs towards the midline of the body. Sometimes that helps with a little stability. We're going to take 3 times. We're going to inhale, open the knee to the left. Keep that left hip rolling forward. Nice steady movement here. And exhale, bring it back to center. 2 more times. Trying to keep that right hip still over the right knee as opposed to jutting too far out. 1 more. Bring it back to center. All right, we're going to set up for our tree pose. Open the knee out. Hug that left hip back forward. Left foot to right leg, squeeze into the midline. Soften around the shoulders. From here, perhaps you'd like to interlace the fingers. This time, all of the fingers, even the index. And maybe you begin to flip the palms up towards the sky. Straightening the elbows a little or a lot. Getting just a little different stretch for the shoulders. And of course, if you prefer one of the other options or you have a favorite option, by all means, the option of your choice. Keep hugging those low ribs down and in as opposed to flaring them out. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. 1 more inhale. And we'll release the hands back to the heart. And gently release the foot. Knee is going to come back to center and lower it down. As you pause here, maybe you remind yourself what it means to move with intention on your mat today. To connect with the body in ways we often neglect. Listen to that innate wisdom deep within us. Inhale, let's lift the arms overhead. And exhale, fold, lead with the heart. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, we're gonna step the left foot back, setting up for warrior 2. So the left heel is gonna spiral down, toes face the left. And when you're ready, inhale, open the chest to the left, arms out wide. Your right knee is bent over the ankle. If you need to set up your stance, widen it out, do so. Press firmly to that left outer edge of the foot. The pinky toe side of the foot is pressing down, arch lifts. And imagine pulling the feet towards one another as you let the hips sink. The inner left thigh spirals behind you, allowing that left hip to roll just a little bit forward. Pull the left side ribcage back, and your gaze will travel over the right middle finger. Take a few deep breaths here. And notice how you're spreading wide. You're sharing all that you have to the universe around you. But as we do that, how can you invite a little bit back for yourself by tucking those shoulder blades towards one another, pull those feet towards one another. Now we're trying to sit with the sensation, the discomfort that might arise from challenging ourselves. But of course, if at any point you need to straighten your knee and relieve some of that, feel free to do so. You don't need to torture ourselves, just listening in. Okay, 1 more breath. We're gonna inhale, straighten the knee, reach the arms all the way up towards the sky. And exhale, bend the knee, warrior 2. Flip the right palm up this time, reverse the warrior, reach it all the way up overhead as the left hand comes down towards the left thigh. Let that left thigh connect with the hand and press the thigh into the hand rather than the hand into the thigh. The right shoulder back as the heart opens. Keep sinking those hips, taking the breath. Inhale, lift the body back upright. And exhale, hands to hips. Straighten the right knee. We're gonna set up our feet for goddess. So let the toes face the left. And then you're gonna let the heels come in so then the toes open to a 45-degree angle. Stand up tall as if you're against a wall, and you're gonna begin to slide down that imaginary wall, opening those knees out towards the pinkies. Nice. Now you can keep your hips on your hands or your thighs. If you would like, you can begin to reach those arms overhead with a big inhale. And then exhale, bend the elbows so your arms look like a goalpost. The elbows come in line with the shoulders, palms forward. Shoulders slide down the back. Take a couple breaths. Tailbone reaches towards the ground. Low ribs pull in, navel pulls in. Finding the ability to sit with discomfort, to sit with challenge, builds within us a sense of resiliency. So when we're faced with discomfort and challenge off the mat, we know we have the strength, the stamina that it takes to withhold. Maybe here you practice a little smile. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. All right, stand up, reach up, big inhale. Good job. Exhale, hands to heart. Parallel the feet once again. And lift the heart, big inhale. And then exhale, begin to fold over the legs. Lead with the heart and bring your hands to the mat. Inhale, hands underneath the shoulders, lengthen the spine. So the tail reaches back, head is forward. Find the balance between the feet, right? You're pressing a little bit into the balls of the feet and to the pinky toe side edges. Keep pulling those feet together. Take an inhale. You're gonna begin to walk the hands out like a downward dog or a child's pose, reaching as far forward as you can. The head rests in between the biceps, gaze back between the feet. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Strong legs still here. One more inhale. And exhale. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. And we're gonna begin to walk the hands over towards the right foot as you bend the right knee. So you're still facing to the left. It's just a little low lunge here, straightening that left leg, sinking the left hip, head and heart forward. Take an inhale. All right, now we're gonna turn the right toes forward, turn the left toes forward as you crawl your way back towards the front of the mat. From here, step that left foot to meet the right at the top of the mat. Lift up halfway. Fold on the exhale. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, we'll step the right foot back, going on to the next side here. The right heel is gonna spiral down, setting up for your warrior two. Left knee over ankle, and when you're ready, press into that left foot, stand up, swirl those arms open, chest to the right. I'm gonna turn around and make sure I can see your beautiful smiling faces. You have that heel arch alignment as you bend that left knee. Pressing firmly through the four corners of the feet, imagine pulling those feet towards one another. Give yourself a moment, settle in here, softening the shoulders away from the ears. Feeling as much as you're spreading wide, you're hugging back towards center. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Steady the gaze over the left middle finger. And as much as there's still a challenge here, how can you connect with a deep, full breath in the base of the rib cage? Notice what arises. Know that it's exactly enough. It's okay. One more inhale. Exhale. All right, inhale, straighten the knee, reach those arms up. Say it's about time. Exhale, bend the knee, warrior two. We'll go into reverse warrior, flip the left palm, reach it up and back, right hand, right thigh. Right thigh presses into the hand, lift the heart, and exhale, sink the hips. Imagine pulling those feet towards one another breath here. Inhale, lift the body up, warrior two. Exhale, hands to hips, straighten the leg, parallel the feet, heels in, setting up for goddess again. Stand up tall. Sink the hips as you bend the knees, like you're just taking a little elevator ride down. Squeeze the knees open towards the pinky, low ribs pull in. You're gonna inhale, reach those arms up. And once again, you can find that static goddess by bringing those goalpost arms down here, squeezing open and finding that stability. If you want to add a little movement, you're going to bring those hands behind the head, elbows out wide. Take an inhale. And then you're going to exhale, lean a little towards the right. And then inhale back to center and lean a little towards the left. We're going to keep going. Just like a little metronome here. Up and back. Up and forward. Find a little rhythm with the breath, relaxing a little around the shoulders. Can you even relax into the sensation you feel in the thighs? How can you stay connected to the sensation as opposed to disassociating from it? To leaving it behind, to distracting yourself. 2 more on each side. Last set, you got this. Nice job, hold it here, take a big breath in. Oh my goodness, and out. Stand up, reach up, inhale. Hands to hips, parallel those feet. Once again, reach the heart up high, take a big inhale. And exhale, fold over the legs, hands underneath the shoulders. Find the grounding in the feet. Inhale, lengthen the spine again. And this time, exhale, fold, head towards the mat. As you walk your hands between the feet, fingertips are in line with the toe tips. And you hug those elbows underneath the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Make sure the weight stays rocking just a little forward. And you're actively pressing the thigh bones back behind you to brace yourself here. Soften around the neck. Soften around the jaw and the eyes. Being in this inversion allows us to switch up our perspective. How can we let go of anything we considered too challenging, or let go of negative thoughts or self-talk? And remind ourselves that we have the strength, the determination, the will to hold true to our vow. One more inhale. Exhale. You're gonna lift up halfway, hands underneath shoulders. Once again, still facing the side, the long edge of the mat. You're gonna bend that left knee, just walk the hands over towards the left foot. Right leg is straight, hips sink, heart forward. Take another breath in. And then we'll begin to turn towards the top of the mat, crawl your way back, all 10 toes face forward. This time step back to your downward dog. Lift the hips high, press down to the palms, spread wide through the fingers. Perhaps you want to inhale, slide forward to plank and move through your vinyasa. Maybe you want to skip it and hang out in downward dog, because that's also a challenge. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. All right, take a feet as wide as the mat. The toes are going to face out a little bit. Heels come in, so your toes are still at a 45-degree angle. Bend the knees. And then you're going to walk the hands back. And we're going to come into Malasana or Yogi Squat. So if you're working with knee or hip injuries, bring your forearms to the thighs. Just lengthen from tail to head. Perhaps it's okay to your knees and you want to sink those hips low. You can use a block underneath the seat or the hands on the ground. The heels might lift, and that's okay. You can place a blanket underneath them if you'd like. Taking a few deep breaths into the belly here. Okay, so this is a perfect place to take a few breaths, to feel grounded, connected. Great for your digestion. If you'd like a little challenge and to play with an arm balance or crow pose, You'll begin to bring those hands down to the mat, spread wide through the fingers, press the fingertips in firmly as you pull the fingertips back towards the center of the palm. Rock your weight to the toes and lift the hips high. Keep the elbows bent. Bring the knees towards the upper arms as you rock your weight forward. Now you can keep the toes on the mat. This is a perfect place just to pull that belly in, feel the back body reaching towards the spine, like up towards the ceiling. Lots of strength occurring here. Maybe you want to practice just lifting one set of toes off the mat. That's a lot of effort. You can go back and forth. Maybe you want to play with lifting both feet off the mat. Bringing those heels to touch or those toes to touch, lifting the heels towards the seat, keep pulling the belly in. Just a little play here, whatever is fun, whatever feels good. Maybe you're just holding it in your squat. Closing the eyes, finding a place of steadiness. All right, and we'll nice and slowly begin to make our way back down to our squat. So keep those toes out wide, hips low, and you're gonna begin to lift up into a fold. Let's straighten the legs, head is low, keep the toes out a little bit, but make sure you feel nice and steady here. So take the feet over, feel back. Now you can use your hands on the ground or a block. You're gonna lift up halfway, reach the head and heart forward and try to lift the toes or lift the heels, come onto the toes. All right, so I'm gonna use a block here so you can also see my hands underneath my shoulders, heels are lifted and head and heart is long. Take an inhale here. Now on your exhale, begin to bend the knees, heels stay lifted and just lower the knees or lower the seat as low as it feels okay. This is gonna be the exhale. Now on your inhale, you're gonna straighten the legs, fold, look back by the feet, head is heavy, inhale. Exhale, sink the hips, look forward. Inhale, straighten. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. It's like a little piston. Imagine yourself just pumping yourself full of all the energy, all the resilience, all the strength you need. Keep moving with the breath, feeling the rhythm of the body. That's right. It could be slow based on what feels good to you today. It could be fast. Building some heat, keep going, you got it. 3 more times. And we'll stay in our forward fold, head is heavy, arms let go. All right, nice and steady. Begin to toe, heel those feet, hip width apart. Lift up halfway, hands to the shins. Exhale, hands to hips, and inhale, stand up. You're gonna press the weight into your left foot. Inhale, right knee high. Hug those hips, hug those thighs together. And you're gonna slowly begin to bend the left knee so you can step the right foot forward. As far forward as you can as you straighten that leg. Now you're gonna roll to the ball of the right foot and straighten the left leg. All right, so the left foot is, you're up on the tippy toes of it. The full right foot is pressing down. Hug the right hip back and reach the heart forward. Perhaps you let the arms come back like wings, palms face the front of the room. Now this is your warrior 3 variation. This is a perfect place to stay, really working that right hip, right glute as you keep hugging it in. Perhaps you'd like to begin to come a little more parallel to the earth, reaching that left foot off the ground, lowering the body. You're lifting up from that inner left thigh and pressing that left heel behind you, feeling linked from the heel to the head. Nice job. We'll take an inhale and an exhale. One more. And exhale. Begin to stand back up. You're gonna reach the arms overhead, lift the left knee in line with the hip. And exhale, hands to heart, left knee down, left foot down. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, step the left foot back. And you're gonna be on the left knee as you lower the left knee down and the right knee is over the ankle. Pull both feet towards one another. Pull the low belly in, zipper up from the pelvic floor, and lift the chest, lift the arms. Nice job. Hug those thighs together. They're split, but imagine hugging them towards the midline. Take an inhale. And exhale, twist to the right, right arm behind you, left in front of you. Big balance pose here. If you need to bring your hand down at any point, do so. Use that oblique, squeeze that side waist to open the chest. One more breath. Okay, left hand comes down to the inside of the right foot as the right hand lifts up high. Nice job. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more. Bring the hands down to the ground. You're going to step the right foot back and lift it up. So you're in tabletop with the right leg behind you. Inhale, lift the heel a little bit, lift the heart like a cow tilt. Exhale, hug the knee in towards the nose, round the spine like cat. Inhale, lift and lengthen, cow, reach the leg out. Exhale, pull it in, knee to nose. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tabletop. Take the breath here. Tuck the toes, lift the knees and the hips, downward dog. Last little bit of our standing sequence. Deep breath. Begin to walk the hands back towards the feet. You'll lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Stand up, reach up, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. This time you're going to transfer your weight into your right foot as we lift the left knee high. Feel the steadiness, like you're hugging into the midline of the body. I like to imagine there's like a flagpole, and my extremities are like my flag, and I'm trying to just hug in towards that pole to stay strong. You're gonna bend the right knee, let the left foot step as far forward as you can. Transfer the weight to the left foot as you begin to rock to the ball of the right foot, body leans forward. Keep pulling the navel in, hug the left hip in, and then begin to open the arms out, perhaps if you want, like wings, just an option. And then from here, maybe you want to play with Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3, by leaning forward, lifting the right foot up off the mat a little or a lot. It could even just be playing with hovering that foot for a moment, tapping and lowering. Feel length from the heel to the head, lifting up from the inner thigh. Shoulders try to creep away from the ears, long neck. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And we're going to begin to slowly make our way back to our standing one leg mountain. Right knee lifts, arms up. And then exhale, bring it down to Tadasana. Deep breath here. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, step the right foot back, lower the right knee down. Left knee over ankle, pull those feet towards one another, low lunge here, lift the body, lift the arms. Remember that belly is pulling in, it's like the tailbone reaches down, and you're trying to zipper up from the pelvic floor to those low ribs. Hug those thighs toward the midline of the body, take a big inhale. Challenging twist to the left, open the left arm out behind you, right arm in front of you. Using the obliques, using the thighs here for your support. Can you relax the neck, relax the jaw and the eyes? Okay, we're gonna slowly begin to lower the right hand down, lift the left arm high. Lots of work there. You can always use a block underneath the right arm. Hug the shoulder blades together, long spine, inhale. Exhale, twist a little bit more. Revolved lunge, take an inhale. Exhale, left hand down. You're gonna step that left leg back. I like to make sure my hands come back a little bit so I can be over my right knee. Step the left leg back, hover it over the leg or over the ground. Press down into the hands, lift up through the belly, maybe even lift the heart, lift the heel like a cow tilt. And then exhale, round it like a cat, knee to nose. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze in. One more. Exhale. Inhale, reach the leg behind you, long spine. And exhale, tabletop. Nice and slowly come down to your forearms. We're gonna lay down onto the belly. All right, so on the belly, you're gonna open your arms out like a cactus or like a T based on how much space you have. And you're gonna let your left cheek come to the mat. So you're looking towards the right arm and the elbows are in line with the shoulders. Allow yourself to settle here for a moment. Feel the belly, the breath moving, pressing into the earth. You're gonna bend the right elbow up towards the sky, slide that right hand underneath the elbow. So it's kind of like chaturanga here. And you're gonna press into that right hand so you can open the chest and the hips to the right. So that right hip might stack on top of the left. You can even let the right foot come back behind the left foot. I like to move my hands closer to my chest. Now this could be a lot of sensation on that left shoulder. Give yourself a moment to let it settle, to relax the head, neck, and shoulder down. Take a few deep breaths here. You need to open up through the pec and the front of the shoulder capsule. 2 more breaths. We'll slowly begin to roll the body back down onto the ground. We'll bring our forehead back to the mat, open up those arms once again, make sure the elbows are in line with the shoulders, and we'll place the right cheek on the mat, look left. Left hand will come underneath the left elbow, bring it closer to the chest, so you can use it for leverage, pressing into the hand to open the chest to the left, hips to the left. Remember, you really want to relax the head down, maybe even use a block or a blanket. The hips open, the left foot might step behind the right. If you're feeling it in your shoulders, in your back, your hips, wherever you might be feeling it, know that is exactly enough. Deep breath in, deep breath out. One more breath. And we'll slowly begin to lower it back down to the ground. We're gonna begin to just roll onto the back. So don't worry, you can't see me. It's gonna be easy sailing from here. So just roll onto the back now. However is most comfortable. And you're gonna bring your knees into your chest and get a good squeeze. Rock a little side to side or front to back. Give yourself a little moment just to take some ease in that low back here. All right, we're gonna let the feet come down. And you're gonna pull the right knee back into your chest and then lengthen out the left leg. Now, if you have a block nearby, this is a really great place to use it. And you're gonna place it onto the left side of the body, kind of close in line with the left hip. And we're gonna open the right arm out like a cactus or a T again. And then use that left hand to help guide the right knee over towards your block. If you don't have a block, it might just hang here. It's not gonna come down to the ground, and that's okay. That's just not gonna happen without sacrificing your body, so don't do that. Right shoulder is heavy. The right foot is gonna rest perhaps either in the air or on your left thigh. And then you could turn your gaze. So traditionally, for a twist in yoga, we would twist our head towards the right and train the direction of the twist. Now, what I notice feels really good to my neck, to my shoulder, is to look towards the left. So maybe you gotta try. Give yourself a moment to settle in. Imagine the body just unwinding here. Support of the ground is still underneath you. Perhaps you recall your intention. Inhale, bring the gaze back up to center. Bring that right knee back into the chest, give it a good squeeze. Hold on to the back of the thigh, reach the foot towards the sky for a happy baby as you bring the knee towards the armpit. Just take a couple breaths here. If you need to bend that left knee, place the left foot back on the ground, that's perfect as well. One more breath. And we'll lower the right foot back down and pull the left knee into the chest. Maybe extend that right leg now. Soften the shoulders down. Take a deep belly breath. We're going to move the block. I almost forgot. So shift your block over to the right-hand side. And you'll open that left arm out like a cactus or a T and use the right hand to guide the left knee back over, entering into your twist. That left shoulder stays heavy onto the ground. The body begins to unwind, like twisting out, wringing out all that is no longer serving you. The gaze goes in whichever direction feels best to your body as we truly listen into that sense of wisdom that comes from deep within us. Let go of any excess gripping. Try to soften into it as much as you can. Take more breaths. We'll begin to lift the gaze back to center, lift the knee back to center. Half happy baby, knee to armpit, foot to the sky. Remember, you can bend the right knee if you would like. And then we'll nice and slowly begin to lower the left foot back down. Bend the right knee, place the right foot on the ground. And we're going to begin to lift the feet up to the sky for a supported legs up the wall. But I'm going to give you the option, especially if you have a block, it's really nice to lift the seat and slide the block underneath the sacrum. So that little triangular bone at the base of the spine, so right above the flesh of the seat. Let that bone, that seat feel heavy there. And then I like to start with just one foot up and notice if I get unbalanced so I can lift up again, readjust. And then perhaps you lift both feet up. You can let your arms rest out by the side like a shavasana, or let the hands rest on the belly. Give yourself a moment with the feet up to the sky, whether you're on a block or not. So this moment again is encapsulating those benefits of an inversion. The feet are above the head. We need to change our perspection, our circulation. Maybe you begin to add a little movement, just balance, like flexing the feet, like you're pumping the ankles or rolling the ankles. Or maybe you want to take some bicycle moves where you're imaginarily bicycle. Maybe whatever scenery is going by you, your choice. Maybe you reverse it and go the other direction. So not only do we switch up circulation, letting gravity aid the venous return of the legs, but we also begin to stimulate the lymph system here. So encouraging the immune system to work a little more efficiently. This is a great way to relieve stress and to release excess tension and pressure from the feet and the ankles, especially if we're on our feet or in a chair a lot. If you would like to stay here for the rest of your Shavasana, I encourage you to do so. Just find some stillness with it. Otherwise, when you're ready, you can gently begin to lower the feet to the ground. You can stay in a supported bridge for your Shavasana or take the block out from underneath you and find your way to a comfortable resting position. The whole body rests onto the ground, whether your legs and arms are extended or maybe the knees are bent, resting on one another. Maybe your arms are draped across your body like you're giving yourself a big hug for constructive rest. Whatever feels good here, just allow yourself to settle for a few moments to let that nervous system come back to a place of balance.
Just a few more breaths here. And we'll slowly begin to deepen the breath. Of course, if you'd like to rest in Shavasana for a few more moments, especially if your day allows, feel free to do so. Otherwise, we'll begin to make our way back up to a seat, taking your time, wiggling the fingers and the toes, wrists and ankles. You could roll to one side to press yourself up, or maybe you want to rock and roll up. We'll come to a place in this upright position, just allowing ourselves to check back in with the body, the mind, noticing how you feel, recalling your intention. You let your hands rest in the lap, on the thighs, or perhaps at your heart center in Anjali Mudra, a symbol of offering. Allow yourself to offer that intention that you held for this class, perhaps for the rest of the day or the week. And Buddha reminds us, in the end, only 3 things matter: how much you love, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you. Take a deep breath in through the nose. HA, let it go. And we bow together. Namaste.